good. So first, we need to turn on the MiR. You can see there are two buttons on the bottom down here. The button on the right on all of the MiRs is the power button. If we press that button one time, the lights will eventually start. And it's a minute-long process for it to boot up. Step 2 is pressing the blue blinking button on the e-stop. That confirms the state of the robot. Once you're yellow, you're good to go. To turn on the UR, simply press the power button on the teach pendant. Teach pendant light should turn green, and then it's a couple minute process for the UR to get to full boot. So to get the UR started, first of all, we need to click the red power off in the bottom left, turn the robot on. Also ensure that the active payload is set to 0.96 kilograms. That is the payload amount for the Robotique gripper. Once robot active is yellow, you can click start. You should hear the brakes disengage in the UR. And once all 5 are green, you can hit exit. Next step is to go into manual mode. So you can see the automatic, click on that, click on manual. Password is 1111, submit. And then last step is to activate the gripper. So you click on the UR plus button, adaptive gripper, activate. Gripper will open and close and will remain open to confirm that it has activated. Once the UR has been turned on, it's in manual, and the gripper has been activated, we can click on Open, Program. An ICE demo MiR position is what we will use for the ICE demo. So it will tell you safety has changed, just click OK. And there's one more step we have to do in the code, so click on Program, grab the slider and go all the way to the bottom of the code. And you'll see we've got 2 yellow lines, set MiR register on both of them. All you need to do is select them, click off of it, and then once those are both not yellow anymore, we're good to go. So you can hit play from beginning, hold the move to robot safe, play, and then you are live, and the UR is just waiting for inputs from the MiR to load and shoot. Next step will be to connect to the MiR Wi-Fi. As you can see here, we've got the MiR R738 with password MiREX4YOU. MiREX4U. So to set the MiR registers, which needs to be done before we run the program, click the hamburger menu in the top right, and then we go to System, PLC Registers. Here it's showing registers from 1 to 20. Change the 20 to 70, then click Filter, and then scroll down to register 60. So 60 through 67 all need to be set to 0 before we run. As you can see, 64 is set to 1. So you click on the pen icon, asking you to enter the value, enter 0, hit OK. Go back down to 60, and you would repeat these steps for any of them that are not 0 between 60 and 67. To load the pucks, simply take 2 at a time, fill up the 4 slots. Orientation doesn't matter because they are circular.
All right, after the period's over, the first step will be setting up the ramp. Easy enough. As a guide, use the grade in the ground with roughly where you want to put it, and then just lay it down. And a good guide is the knots on the backside should be over the ice.
So to drive the robot, first of all, go to your internet browser and your connected device. We're going to go to MiR.com. MiR.com. So it'll bring you to this login page. The username and password are both distributor. And as you can see, it'll bring us to the team dashboard where we're able to drive the robot. So to drive the robot, click the joystick in the top right corner, hit manual control, and from here we can use the joystick on screen to drive the robot. When driving onto the ice, make sure you center the wheels on the ramp. Take it nice and slow until you're up onto the ice. At this point you can stop driving and get ready to start the program. To start the MiR program, once it's on the ice, first of all, you can see that the robot is seeing walls where they aren't. So we can click this button in the top right. It's got the two race finish flags, and we will tell the program where the robot is on the ice. Get it kind of close, and you can hit the second button from the right. It's got an arc with a laser coming off of it. Click that a couple times and you can watch the robot adjust itself on the map. Get it to where you're pretty comfortable with that what you're seeing on the screen is the real picture of what's going on. Next we can click the three buttons in top right, go to setup, missions, down to ice demo MiR positioning, click Q, and it's now asking what position we want to start at. We want to start it at position 1. And from here, as long as the UR is running and the pre-activation has been done, you can click play. And the MiR will change color and path planning will take place. UR will load the gun, take off to its first spot. Once MiR reaches position, the UR will then aim and fire with the electric solenoid. If the 4 points ever need to be retaught on the ice, it's a simple matter of changing them where they're at on the map of the ice.
So to install all the hardware needed for the ice demo, the first step is to actually install the solenoid electronics. So it comes through an AC-DC power adapter right here that gets plugged into the extra port on the inverter located in there. The UR is going to take up the other port, so there should be one open for the solenoid. That power is going to be wired to 2 relays right here, and the output of that is going to be in configurable output 0 right here. So that will handle everything in the program. If you need to change that port, you'll have to go into the program and change the lines of code that assign to configurable output 0. So that cord is going to go all the way up, and it's going to go up through the cable access port in here, runs into the CO2 coil, and into this waggle lever nut here. The ordering doesn't matter when you get to here. Just flip these levers up, plug them in, flip them down, and you're good to go for the electronics. So for the CO2 tank, it's going to be found right in here. When you have it all mounted, you're going to have 2 of these clamps. One of them is a lot looser than the other. So that's a Phillips screwdriver right there. I recommend having one firm clamp on and slide the other one on when you have the tank already clamped in. There's going to be a compound valve right here. Spin the tank into the valve right here, and then put this and tighten the end of the cap all the way in. That'll put pressure into the hose. That hose goes all the way up, again through the top, and gets plugged in right here. The quick connect will be right there. This valve has to be up. When you have it down, it will not fire and will not load the cannon. You can do a little test shot with air on, press it, you'll hear the gas going in, pull the trigger, it'll make a noise. If it doesn't make a noise, you either don't have air on or you have it on safe. To fire, push in on this side so it'll be pointed out where it says fire. For all the mechanical on top, you're going to have the 2 corner gussets mounted right here. They go flush with the 80-20 underneath. That'll make sure all of your positioning is in the right place. Make sure everything is mounted firmly, check all the connections, make sure it's all good to go, unclip it, swing it around, and it should have full range of motion.